Hello, 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 everyone. We're gonna give it some time for people to come in. Welcome in. I see the notifications are going out. We are gonna do the collective reading for this full moon in Aquarius. All right. This super blue moon is an intense one. It's an interesting one. It's a definitely a life shaking one for sure. Excuse me. As I'm moving through energy. Hello, hello, welcome. Please share the live, so that more people can get this information. Share the love. It also helps me get out there in the algorithm of others. And then I want to get into it because we do have a lot that's going on. This super full moon is the first full moon that's going to be happening for the next, if I'm not mistaken, is like the next 3 consecutive moons will be super moons. So that's going to make them closest to this, to the earth, and they're going to appear very big, right? Yeah, by this time now, y'all should know what super moons are, but if you don't, the super moon is when it's the closest to the earth, and its appearance is, it's grand, it's super, it's big, all right? Sometimes it has like a orangey, reddish kind of color to it. Not necessarily has to be those colors. Sometimes it's just very like luminescent, extra luminescent, for sure. And then we have Mercury Cazimi, all right, happening. We have the Saturn-Jupiter square. This is the first Saturn-Jupiter square that's going to be happening from the 3 in this cycle. So the next one is going to be in December. Still happening with Saturn in retrograde. Saturn is in retrograde in the sign of Pisces, and Jupiter is in the sign of Gemini. And so this is the first of 3. The one in December is, they're going to be in the same sign, and then the last one, the 3rd square, is going to happen in 2025. However, Saturn and Jupiter would have moved on from their cycles where they're at right now. So Jupiter will be in Cancer. Saturn, I believe, is going to be out of retrograde. And so that's going to change things up in 2025, that square. But you definitely want to pay attention to this, because this is like a major activator to the Saturn and Jupiter conjunction that happened in 2020. So that was about 4 years ago. On Monday, August 19, we also do have some politicking that's going to be going on, and that's of no surprise, right? When Jupiter and Saturn conjunct in 2020, I mean, the whole world shifted, right? And so what we can see here is there is going to be a major shift of like laws, legalities, all right? We've already kind of been seeing that, but this is going to be more clarity. There's going to be more clarity to it, for the simple fact that Mercury in the sign of Leo, Mercury's in retrograde right now, in the sign of Leo, and is going to go Cazimi for this full moon. And so this is going to bring a lot of clarity where there was confusion during this Mercury retrograde and whatnot, right? And then the sun being in the sign of Leo, we have the full moon in Aquarius. That's what a full moon. The full moon is the opposite side of the sun, and it's in its full luminescence, right? And so this is great for balancing your energy and being into your power of authenticity, of truth, of love, right? With the Saturn-Jupiter square, y'all, please be patient. I am going to get into the cards, and the please be patient is not just about getting into the cards, but with the transits that's going on. Be patient with yourself. However, be disciplined with yourself to get things done as well. All right. This is going to feel like a tug of war when it comes down to your pacing, your energetic levels. It may feel like a lot of things want to slow down while lots of ideas are coming in fast. All right. Jupiter is at its detriment when it is in the sign of Gemini. Jupiter likes to be more philosophical. It likes to have faith. It likes to be optimistic. And in the sign of Gemini, it has conflicting thoughts. It has that energy of expanding or exaggerating your doubts, for example. And Saturn in the sign of Pisces. Pisces' original ruler is Jupiter. So this is going to be a really interesting square off. It can be very positive for those that really honor their faith. So this is really a tug of war of faith versus doubt, right? Saturn in retrograde in Pisces wants you to go within. It wants you to slow down and make sure that you are doing things correctly according to your soul's plan versus the earthly materialistic realm. Although, Saturn energy can have that a bit of egoic spice to it, but it's very spiritual, to be honest. This is about making time for your authenticity, making time for your true identity, making time for, and because Aquarius's natural ruler is Saturn, right? And so Saturn being in retrograde, Saturn is karma, Jupiter is justice, right? And so here we have true cosmic law, and then we have what is justifiable as that law, right? So, y'all, I really want to say be patient. If somebody has did you dirty and you have not seen them get their spankings yet, y'all heard me say in the past videos before when Saturn was going on retrograde, how like Saturn was not coming to play right now. Like they're getting their ass beat in the astro, in their dream realm, in their subconscious, in their conscious. Like it's gonna be a very big ass whooping. I'm going to be completely honest. This is like a big ass whooping for anyone who has not been honoring their soul's journey, for anyone who has been doing other people dirty. Like that karma is going to be exaggerant, right? Because Jupiter expands or can exaggerate opportunities, right? And so the opportunity of karma can come in, and Jupiter can, even though they're not like sextiling each other, they're squaring off with each other, it can still create a massive hit. All right, excuse me. A lot of energies. I hope that I'm making a lot of sense because I just kind of jumped into a lot. I'm not seeing my comments moving, so if y'all can let me know that you can hear me, say hello to everyone, let me know that it's all good, because I don't see, it's almost like it's showing. I know there's people here because I was seeing the hearts. If y'all could do the hearts again, because I'm not even seeing that. But it's showing me like if no one's here anymore, and I'm not. Okay, there we go. Cool. I felt like I was like, I'm being watched. I feel people. All right, yeah, I do see the comments now. I don't know what's going on. You know how IG does. But, yeah. So, Aquarius energy can really, yes, it's about your authenticity. It's about connection to your soul star chakra. It's about healing. It's about wishes coming into fruition fast. It's through your authenticity, right? When the more authentic and true you are to yourself, the faster your manifestations, right? Because you are in alignment with your true north node, right? And so you are in alignment with your true source, with true self. And it is naturally ruled by Saturn. Saturn is not just karma. Saturn is the projector, right? This whole world is based on your projections. What are you projecting out through your perception of thought? What are you projecting out through your perception of feeling? What are you projecting out through your experiences of how you are perceiving data, information, codes, light codes, frequencies, right? And so it's a projector. It can create resistance. It can create boundaries. So with this Saturn-Jupiter square, this is perfect for creating those healthy boundaries where you have not created them before. Hi, I fit differently in third eye. Welcome. So setting those boundaries, if you haven't already, and by now I know a lot of you who follow me have. I know for those of you who's watching the replay on like YouTube or Facebook, some of you are just coming into this information and y'all been feeling the densities. Maybe you're feeling more tired and more lethargic. Maybe it feels like you're feeling lost, or you're feeling like you're giving up on hope. Saturn can feel a little bit depressive. You might be feeling some mood swings with the square off with Saturn. You know, Saturn can sometimes be pessimistic on its shadow side, right? Not always, because on the bright side, Saturn don't give a fuck. So take that however you take it, you know. Saturn gonna do what Saturn gonna do. And that's where Aquarius gets its rebellious side from too, right? Like, you know, people connect that with Uranus, but you know, Saturn has a way of being very disciplined, but don't fucking tell me what to do. Like, I'ma do what I'm gonna do, right? Jupiter has a way of allowing its faith to become disciplined, right? It can, a lot of the time, Jupiter's energy is not so disciplined, and that can be a shadow. Jupiter can be so relaxed, it's so optimistic to the point where it just chills and doesn't get anything done. It can get lazy. A great example of how the Jupiter-Saturn square can also look is like, is there you know how the internet got all these like gurus? I know some of y'all probably look at me like that woohoo guru type being or whatever. So whatever, it is what it is. But those teachers, those people who are constantly talking a good talk, teaching people all these things, but not practicing what they preach. But they're like traveling all over the world. They're doing motivational speaking, or they're, you know, because like Jupiter in Gemini is great for motivational speaking. What? So you see a lot of people, all of a sudden, everybody got some shit to say. You know what I'm saying? Talking all that talk, and then something happens that's going to present itself to practice what you're preaching, right? Show us that you really who you claiming about, right? And so that's what that square off, because Saturn's gonna be like, you talking all that hot shit, you getting all this money, you know, you really stretched yourself, expand yourself, you live in chill, luxurious. Do you really deserve that? Let me see you do it, right? So I think it was like Illuminati Congo or something like that. He put a post, and it was about a philosopher or a teacher traveling the world, and you know, all these people started taking on his practices. He was a spiritual teacher, and they were taking on all his practices, and he found himself later at the end of the road of his path, you know, near death. And as he bowed down to regain his faith again, because he had stopped practicing what he was preaching about, because he was traveling the world just preaching. And one of his students was above him, and he looked up to his student levitating, and he said, well, how did you do that? And the student said, well, I learned from your teachings. And he just had this like sudden shock moment. I might be butchering the post, but this is, y'all get this, the principle of the story, right? It's like he had a subtle shock to his system of like, had he actually been practicing what he was preaching, he too could be levitating off the floor, but instead he's down on the ground on his knees, right? And so there's a lot of things that's going to occur within the, from now to the end of the year that's going to show where people are. Not to say that it's bad to get on your knees and pray. That's not what we're saying at all. It took for him to get into his last hours and stuff, for him to get down on his knees and get back on his not just prayer, but get back to faith, to calling on his higher self, to calling in divine intervention, right? So there's going to be a divine intervention with this energy, whether you're praying for it or not, right? But if you call it in, it can give you a more favorable outcome, because this is saying that you are choosing to work with your higher self. You are choosing to work with the Most High. Okay, and so it can be less painful or not painful at all. And it could also allow for abundance to come in, so the square isn't that challenging. In fact, you're standing on your square, you're standing on your truth, and you're saying, I'm going to allow myself to have faith in myself that I can overcome all things. I'm going to have faith in the Most High that I am covered and protected, highly favored, right? And move through shit like it has no other choice but to get the fuck up out the way, because you are being so disciplined in honoring your soul's purpose that truly whatever is happening around you is happening around you for you, not to you. And nothing is actually happening to you. You're happening to it. You're doing it to the collective out there, whether they like it or not. Whether they like it or not, because you are the life force being that embodies your discipline. You are the one that is producing karma out there to be projected out to the world for others to experience, whether they like it or not. You are the lesson for them to learn how to create those healthy boundaries or not. You are the catalyst for healing, whether it comes out with a nasty attitude or it comes through with love, right? There's going to be people that say, I love you, don't worry, you could chill, you could rest. And you've been chilling, and you've been resting, and you've been getting lazy, and you've been gaining weight, and you've been getting all these other things that's happening to your body, and you're not liking how you feel, because your soul is like, I want you to rest, but I also need you to move your body. Right? And so there's going to be people that's going to love you, and they're going to be like, yo, I love you, but like, you need to get off that couch. You need to go do something with yourself, because you being on that couch, like, people say they love you, but how much are they really loving you when you're becoming a detriment to yourself? Right? And so sometimes truth hurts, right? And so that's what Saturn in retrograde in Pisces brings. It brings that like internal reflection of self-sabotage, because Pisces has escapisms, is the scapegoat, right? They say, oh, the goat, right? Saturn's the goat. Well, Pisces the scapegoat, right? So when you have Saturn in Pisces, it just wants to fucking escape. It wants to go to La La Land, and that's why there's a lot of people experiencing wake-up calls from the delulu that they've been in, right? And so just putting that out there. And then with that Gemini energy, it can be conflicting information, right? It's again, Jupiter in Gemini, this first square, the first two, this one and the one in December, are gonna be kind of similar, not exactly, but they're going to be kind of similar. But the one in 2025 is going to be completely different, because Jupiter is going to be in the sign of Cancer, and Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. So that's a lot more easygoing, a lot more abundant and benefic. But another way you can look at this is like a spiritual battle between malefic forces and benefic forces, right? And it's really up to you how you choose to channel these energies. There's some of you that's going to choose a middle path that knows how to alchemize and acclimate and work with both energies so that it's honoring the highest and greatest good of all. And then there's some that they're meant to be that malefic force to serve a purpose so that the soul could advance it on a higher spectrum, right? Like, I know we don't like to hear this shit, but on a higher spectrum, that person needed to be an a-hole, you know, for you to actually learn how to like stop being so fucking constipated with your life and like allow yourself to release yourself from that which has been keeping you stuck, right? That which has been keeping you dehydrated and lethargic and not moving at the pace of your soul speed, right? I hope I'm making sense, because I'm saying a lot. And really what I'm saying is, the more uncomfortable you are feeling, it is because you are being redirected to be realigned with your soul's purpose. Plain and simple. You know, the more aligned you are with your soul's purpose, not to say that things aren't going to occur to you, but it will be more of a revelation of solutions that's going to come to the forefront for you. So the bipolar effect of like Jupiter's optimism, Saturn's pessimistic side, you know, if you're feeling extremely emotional and those waves, you know, getting grounded at this time is extremely important, and going within, really taking time to find some time in your day to get disciplined with meditation. Sometime, y'all, put your alarm for 44 minutes, all right? Y'all be scrolling for 44 minutes. Y'all be watching a lot. I be on here talking hella shit, and y'all be watching me. So I hope y'all take time to like take 44 minutes, y'all, and just meditate. And if you don't get anything out of those 44 minutes, I promise you, you at least got a piece of yourself for yourself, whether it is conscious or subconscious. Things are happening in your favor. Your subconscious mind works in your favor at all time. You are always breathing. Your heart is beating. Your cells are moving. Your warriors are working in your favor through your immunity. Healing is happening. The healthier you are, the stronger your warriors are. Right? A lot of the times people want to be woohoo and just look at their spiritual guides. And yes, the guides will help. And there's some guides that don't necessarily rely on the human's body's health, right? And so as long as you have a spiritual healthy relationship with them, all is gonna be good. All is gonna be good, and they're gonna help you move through those energies. All right. But I just wanted to put that out there for y'all, cause I know I'm gonna be real with y'all. I was supposed to go live yesterday. I was supposed to go live the day before. Yesterday, I was so tired, but I was like, I have to clean. Let me at least clean. Like, so I changed my sheets. I was washing clothes. I cleaned out. I was cleaning the fridge. Like, I just wanted to be in my own energy. I wiped down the cabinets. Like, I was just wiping everything down, and I just wanted to be naked. I didn't want to get dressed. When I go live, I got to put on clothes for y'all, you know. So I just wanted to be in my own frequency. So it didn't happen yesterday. And then today, I'm like, yo, I got to go live. And I took my time. I really just still wanted to be in my energy. And I was like, okay, at some point, I need to surrender to my soul's calling, because my soul was like, all right, get up. And I just wanted to lay there. And that's where discipline comes in, because the motivation wasn't necessarily there. Motivation is temporary. You got to be able to be disciplined despite your motivation. Now that I'm here, I'm kicking it with y'all. I'm good. I feel great. I'm like, I want y'all to feel great. So, yeah, just putting that out there. With Mercury's Cazimi also, there's going to be that illuminating information in regards to the laws that I was talking about. There could have been a lot of like hidden paperwork or hidden things that was happening in the background that you weren't necessarily aware of, that's going to be coming to the forefront. And a lot of y'all know with this Mercury and Virgo, you know, Mercury's retrograde started off in Virgo. We're back in Leo, right? And then Mercury's going to essentially move back into Virgo. But that brought about a lot of gossip, and you know, it showed out the insecurities of people. So take this time to really honor your energy with confidence, and say, fuck whatever the gossip is. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's their insecurities. All right. Really ask yourself, how can I, like, ask your soul, like, what do you want me to know today? Right? What do you want me to know today? I kind of feel like I'm going in circles. There's so much I wanted to say, and I didn't put, I started off writing it, and I was like, let me just go on live. Let me just go. So I did. All right. So let's see here. What is the overall energy for this full moon in Aquarius? There we go. Y'all, I kid you not, when I was pre-shuffling the cards, this card came out twice, and this is the third time it's coming out. Now, this is not like a major or minor arcana. This deck actually has 4 additional cards. I love this deck. And this says to console. So I'm going to like see if you can all... So I really feel like this is really... talking about there may be a lot of grief that's gonna be happening in the collective. There may be people, you may need to console yourself. You know, you might be grieving, feeling a sense of like discomfort, detachment, because you're literally like shifting from one version of yourself to a higher version to another version of yourself. So just consoling yourself. You might be wanting to be more intimate with yourself or with your partner. You may have a partner, a husband, wife that needs some consoling, right? Some affection. You can be single and just be craving more affection or someone to console you. So this can go in so many different ways. I know a big part of this energy, though, with the sun in Leo and the full moon in Aquarius with the Cazimi and Saturn, Jupiter, is really talking about finding the love within yourself, so that you're not magnetically attracting false, I don't want to say false, or magnetically attracting like temporary love experiences, although everything in this realm is temporary. So kind of just allow yourself to be detached at the same time, because like Leo's love, they're very, 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 very loyal, right? But both Leo and Aquarius can be very detached to labels, because they both want to honor the sovereignty of source, the sovereignty of being, but they do honor collective energies and sharing that love, right? And so a lot of the times people are having to release what they have been attached to for a really long time, and that can be scary, that can be sad, and you might be feeling like you want someone to console you, and there's nothing wrong with that. This could just be a collective energy that y'all feeling in the air. Maybe you don't feel any personal grief or any of that, but all of a sudden you went from having a good day to feeling a little bit funky. You're like, what's this going on? And it's the energy in the air. You might be very empathic or just in tune with the energy. So console, I would even say, if you don't know this word, look it up, see what it says in the dictionary, and find out what that means to you. Feel it in your body. Do you feel connected to this word? Do you feel disconnected to this word? Maybe you don't need to give a fuck about consoling anybody, and maybe you were the person that everybody came to to get you to console them, and now you're needing to console yourself. So take that how it resonates for you. I spoke in Nazca with lines. Now I speak emojis, but still no comprehensive from the deep corners of the mind where keys are needed, but I place them in mind frames that are most hated. This one over here, doing spells. Oh, shout out to Third Eye, though, because it's going to be your birthday tomorrow. All right, I ain't forget. I remember. So happy birthday to Third Eye and to all my Leos. Just a heads up, I am going to continue to pull out cards to get into the rest of the readings. I'm going to see what is bringing out for like finances and love and stuff like that. I will be offline until I think it's the 24th. So 8/18 till the 24th. Let me just double check, y'all. Yes. So I'll be coming back maybe the 25th. I believe I have a live on the 26th, if I'm not mistaken, with Raymel. So y'all gonna want to check out that live. But for those of you that know, I'm doing the 40 days, 40 nights. And so we're doing a social media detox. So I am not going to be on any social media. Don't message me. If you have my number, text me, reach out to me, see if I'm even in the mood. But I'm going within, y'all. I'm going to incubate. I'm going to allow myself to really receive what it is that I need to receive during that time. And, shit, if y'all want to join me too, just join me. Y'all don't have to hit me up about it. Just do it. That the social media detox, by not going on, it's a fast. I'm just gonna not go on any social media. That's gonna help declutter the mind. That's gonna, bring some mental clarity and clearing out there. It removes distractions, and it allows you to just focus on what it is that you need to focus. And sometimes the social media, like, y'all will message me, or there's people on here that I absolutely love to stay in contact with. And, I may not answer to everybody else's message, but I'll see y'all's and I'll answer y'all. So I know I'm a little biased and I'm saying it, but like, they deserve that space. If you really want to get into that space, then show up. If not, and even if you show up, I might not like you fully like that. So that's just a me thing, not a you thing. It's not you, it's me. That's okay. But yeah, just be your true self, and we either gonna rock out or we not. But let's keep it going. So So I just wanted to put that out there. Yes, tomorrow gate will be a big one, so don't miss out. Yes, 818 is very alchemical. We do actually have some things going on with Uranus, if I'm not mistaken, tomorrow, where I believe, is that tomorrow? Is that Mercury? I forgot the astrology for tomorrow right now. I am going to see if I post the astrology tonight for tomorrow, since I do the astrology and I'm not going to be on. I'll post that. I don't want to pull that card. So let's go into the questions here. So in regards to this full moon in Aquarius, can you tell us how this is going to look like when it comes down to our finances here? What do you have for finances? I'm going to look at finances. I'm going to look at the home as well. So tell us with finances here. I'm going to look at love. I'm just, remind me, y'all, if I get there. Thank you. So I didn't turn that over yet. I want to just pull out all the cards. That's a lot of cards. All right. So tell me about the home. I'm going to do clarifiers with that. Tell me about the home. Thank you. 3, I think, came out for the home. Tell us about love. All right. Tell us about opportunities. All right. Tell us about the Saturn and Jupiter square. Okay. And tell us about the Mercury Cazimi. Thank you. All right. In the bottom of the deck, y'all, we have the 10 of Cups. I really like this. I really feel like this is really breaking out of a lot of toxic cycles and really coming into union with self here, which is the goal, right? I'm always praying before I come on these lives for your highest and greatest good, and that the messages serve you well, right? I act like a guide when I'm doing these readings here. I'm acting as a guide that's working in favor of your highest good, bringing the messages to the forefront to bring you solutions here. And so with the 10 of Cups, I really feel like this is your cells recalibrating itself. I would say maybe some of you are going to be doing, like, I'm having like a cellular detox or a cellular upgrade. I know you were talking about birthdays coming through and stuff like that as well. Happy heavenly birthday, Marcus Garvey. Oh, yes. Yes. So, this could also be like a spiritual union, a spiritual wedding within, all right? This could be ancestral information. I also feel like this is just love coming together, where there was a lot, you know, because of console there could have been some like disconnections with love that is actually going to bring family together. So some sort of like family reunion and gathering here, or an actual wedding. So this is Saturn Jupiter's square, and these are in reverse. So this is interesting, right? We have the 10 of Cups here, but we have the 2 of Cups in reverse with the 3 of Swords in reverse. So this tells me that there's a healing that's happening around surrounding your relationships that's not serving you any good. With the 2 of Cups in reverse, this could have been that there was some relationships that you were really trying to reconcile or trying to save. With the 3 of Swords upright, with the 3 of Swords in reverse, this tells me that you have healed from the heartbreaks, or you're going to be healing from the people and situations and traumas and stuff that was hurting you. So the Saturn and Jupiter square is actually showing you the people that don't necessarily belong in your life, that was maybe hurting you, that was causing resistance to your aura, that was creating some sort of blockages in your emotional body, or blockages in the heart space, that is being released, or you're going to find yourself being released from those relationships. This could be whether maybe there was some partnerships and stuff like that you really wanted to make it work, and it's just it's not serving you, it's not serving them, it's not going anywhere. If there was I really feel like this is a release of like, woe is me, like a release of anxiety and a release of just not letting people play with you anymore, not letting people hurt you. So I really like that energy. The Mercury Cazimi here has, and I like how the Mercury Cazimi got it upright, right? So we in Leo season, we got the Strength card here, and we got the World card. So that is Capricorn energy, that's Leo energy here. And Mercury Cazimi is going to tell you to be strong with what is happening in the world. Be strong with these changes. The World card is a massive soul transformation. Hello, Luna Queen. Hello, bodybuilding. Welcome, welcome. Everyone, share the live, share the love. With the Strength card there, this tells me that you have, God don't give you nothing you can't handle is what I'm looking at. God don't give you nothing that you can't handle, and you're coming into a space of knowing your strength. Almost like the Mercury Cazimi is going to illuminate your strength out into the world, where maybe they were trying to downplay you as weak, right? They took your kindness for weakness. I feel like the Saturn Jupiter energy is showing you the people who took advantage of you while you was hurting, the people who took your kindness for weakness, that these people are being removed and that you are being healed and lightened. Your load is being lightened from that frequency, and you're coming out much stronger and much lighter out in the world. And I really like how this energy is playing out. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, just because this is the outcome of that energy doesn't mean that it's going to look cute, that it's going to, easier said than done, right? It could be that someone that you really, really love, with the Ten of Cups, it could even be like, you know, a family member or someone who you thought you was going to spend the rest of your life with, decided to do something that hurt you or that wasn't beneficial to your union, and there was a healing that needed to happen. This could have also been, I'm going to give you a great example. Ma, if you're watching, I love you, right? Sisters, brothers, family, if y'all watching me, you already know how things are. So, moment of transparency, y'all, right? Recently, my mom had came out. It was so beautiful. You know, our experience on the first day that she was here with me. You know, we haven't had an experience like that. Like that, how it was, I don't know, in a really long time. And it was great. It was beautiful. And I just wanted that feeling to last forever. And then the next day came, and some issues occurred with my vehicle and whatnot. So we was dealing with that, and she made an inappropriate joke, and we were just talking about that, and things escalated, and it escalated so bad to the point where it just... It was a horrible day, you know. It was just disgusting. Like, you know, I went from being cool, calm, collected to obnoxiously disgusting, if I'm honest. And with that, it was causing a lot of spirits to come up and come out. And I was literally seeing the darkness. I was seeing the darkness come out. And I was like, yo, fuck this shit. You're not going to stay in my house. Like, you're not going to fucking stay here. And, you know, she was having a moment where, you know, I'm not going to lie. Like, I really thought that, like, my mom was probably gonna pass out, or like something bad was gonna happen to her. And so I came and I just like G-checked the spirit, and I went to my mom's face, because I knew she was being used as a catalyst for that spirit. And I was like, nah, this is not about to happen. And it was a battle between malefic forces and benevolent forces. And although I was coming from a righteous space, the approach to fight that energy had to scare the shit out of my mom. But in that moment, it dispersed. That darkness dispersed and a lot of light came into the space. And then I was able to help her recalibrate herself back to herself. And we were able to make amends later on in the night. And then the next day, everything went good, right? So I shared that story to say that sometimes malefic forces come into a space and use somebody as a catalyst so the healing can occur, right? Because if that force is not G-checked or corrected or purified, or even at least called out by its name and identified, it can create more havoc and sickness and other things to occur. And I was like, fuck that shit. No, the fuck you're not. Not here, not with me. And this is the nice way I'm saying it. So sometimes that strength that you gotta have to shift your world, sometimes it's gonna look very ugly or very different than what people think it should look like, but it's all for the greater good. All right? And when you have that discernment and you have, with great power comes great responsibility, when you are called into that space to utilize your strength to shift the world within you and the world around you, use that how you feel is in the highest and greatest good of all involved, right? And so your healing ability, right? It may have seemed like it was hurting in the moment, but it was actually healing for the long term. All right? So using your discernment when it comes down to that. That's kind of how I see the Two of Cups with the Three of Swords in reverse, right? The Three of Swords in reverse tells me this is a healing that was happening. The Two of Cups was a disconnection, an argument, or even like I'm using these as an example because that was the example I just used with me and my mom, right? But it could also be not reconciling with an energetic emotion, right? With an emotion that's not serving you. So just putting that out there, be in your power, be in your strength. Don't let the ways of the world shift you, but you shift the ways of the world. All right. We kind of spoke about that already. And then, so this is love. This is the home. This is finances. Right. All right. So with finances, we have the Star in reverse. I'm going to put it upright. Right. And so with the Star in reverse, but me putting it upright because I feel guided to put it upright. With this, I feel like this is saying that there's going to be a lot of shifts in finances once you align with your soul's purpose of what it is that you're supposed to be doing. Some of you may have lost a job or career. Maybe I mentioned at the start of 2020 how like that's when things had shifted in people's career, and there's a lot of people that still they lost their job, or technology is expanding and shifting in many ways, and so people's careers are shifting. Spirit is really asking you to really align with what your gifts are, to utilize that as energy. That's your currency. That's your financial currency. Not to say that for everyone it means that you're gonna be like an entrepreneur per se, because that's not what I'm getting here. What I'm getting here is as long as you are aligned with your soul's purpose, the finances are going to end up coming in. You're going to be receiving that abundance coming in at a beautiful flow, and that there's a healing that's happening in your financial structure. This could also be with the Star in reverse. This could also be that maybe some of you haven't studied or learned financial literacy, or haven't got into a space of being disciplined with your finances, and so maybe you were overly spending, or because Jupiter in Gemini can also like to splurge out. So it can have fun. It likes quick, it likes fast, it likes microwavable, it likes to splurge and just be impulsive at times. So this could be a healing of your impulsiveness when it comes down to finances. This could also be that if you're like a hoarder or like overly consuming things, it's asking you to release. All right. For some of you, this could also be that maybe the way that you think about money is like money is the root of all evil, or whatever the case may be. Maybe you have like a negative cognition when it comes down to money and your finances. And so at this time, your thoughts, right, with Jupiter and Gemini is being amplified, and it's prospering in that way. So if you're thinking positive thoughts about your money and monetary gain and your materialism, positive things are going to occur. But if you're thinking negative, then more negative is going to prosper in abundance in that way. Prosperity and abundance are just what they are. Abundance can be an abundance of shit, and that can prosper for you, right? If that's what you are producing in your body. So with the star in reverse, this is telling you to heal that aspect. There's a healing aspect that's happening because there's a collective like falling down of systems here so that a new system can occur. All right. But while we get there, we have to be realistic. And the star card is a benefic card. It is a card that says, pour into me as I pour into you. If there is, with the star in reverse, the water barrier, right? The water barrier is gathering the water. And this is shout out to Ciara, the spiritualist. I love you, sis. She did a reel and she was talking about the star card and how like with the waters, right? And I love how she broke it down of like, I don't want to butcher her words, but it was like, you know, the water was, energetically exchanging with the water barrier so that the water could keep flowing. And how I'm looking at this, right? And I'm not sure if she said that on her video or not, but what I'm getting with this is your energetic exchanges. We kind of spoke about that already with the 3 of Swords in reverse, right? And the 2 of Cups in reverse. So allowing for you to balance out the waters of your own thought patterns, of your emotions, being, you know, emotionally regulating yourself, using your emotional intelligence to allow yourself to be, right? When you're emotionally regulated, you can just be. You can just be, right? Pour into the people that are pouring into you. Make sure that there's a proper reciprocation of your energy, right? If people are lying to you, then maybe surround yourself people that are being more truthful and honest, right? Because honest and truthful are 2 different things. Somebody can honor you, but not necessarily be truthful to you at all times. And is that fully honorable? In their mind and their perception, they probably said, I had good intentions. I didn't mean to lie to you. Or, I meant to uphold my word, but they didn't. And so they weren't necessarily truthful, although they were honest in their intention to uphold their word or give that equal energetic exchange. You know what I mean? So that's going to come up to the forefront when it comes down to your finances, right? It's going to be, maybe some of y'all are going to need to like borrow money and you're afraid to ask for help, but you're going to have somebody who's going to be able to help you. You're going to be able to get that money and you're going to be able to honor your word to pay them back if you are applying the finances where they're supposed to be applied to, because now the karma, Saturn is going to work karma in a way to help you fulfill your karma, because you're being disciplined and honoring your word to pay back that person, right? And you're doing what it is that you need to do, right? And so Jupiter is going to see that you're being disciplined and that you're honoring your word, and Jupiter is going to be like, this person is telling the truth. Let me bring more prosperity over here. So even though it's a square, again, if you're in alignment, that shit ain't going to fuck you up. It's going to work in your favor, right? And so this could also be like making sure that you're not taking everything so personal. Like if it's coming to finances and maybe you really wanted somebody to like, support your business financially, and you're not really seeing that, but they're going through financial troubles too. Like not taking their financial troubles personal to your business, in a sense where like they might be going through something, but supporting your business by word of mouth or by sending clients to you who can support you, or just holding space, and maybe they're praying for you or whatever the case may be. So there's going to be a lot of discernment when it comes down to money, to finances, because not all money is good money is also what I'm hearing, right? And so that's where it's about the energetic exchange and the currency of your energy being the true currency with that. And once you come into a positive, I hate using negative. I don't even like using the word hate. That's first off. Secondly, I dislike saying positive and negative, but I guess this is the way that somebody understands the energy, because the earth is negative and I love earthing myself, while like there's positive frequencies in a fucking microwave that is just like super radioactive. But all right, I'm speaking somebody's language, so I'm speaking to you. You understand what the fuck I'm saying. All right, I'm going to take a sip and I'm going to go to the other cards that's here because we have a few left. Hello, T. Hello, everyone. Esther, Tris, welcome. Coconut water is life. It's healing. It's cleansing. It's protective. All right, so this was love, the home. Dang it. Do y'all remember what else I said? Is this the home? This is love. Finances, love, home. There was Jupiter, Saturn, Jupiter, Mercury, finances. That's about to just be the fucking closing card. I don't remember what the fuck I said. All right, so this is home. This is love. Yes. Okay. So in matters of the home, right? So we have the Six of Wands. We have the Four of Wands. Hello, Chavito. Welcome. Chavito, you never got... I need to give you your tea, boy. I have like tea bags and the tin cans for your tea. We need to do some tea time. I'm also having an event, y'all, September 18. Some tarot and tea in person. Excuse me. So Chavito, if you want to come holla if you're in town, because I know you be flying in the sky, going all the way around the world and stuff. But yes, please reach out to me because it's been a while and I owe you that tea. I owe you that tea. And I really wanted to give you that tea too. I love tea. I love tea. Anyway. All right. So for the home, matters of the home, energies of the home. All right. We have the Eight of Swords. We have the Four of Wands. And we have the Six of Wands. What this is telling me here with the Eight of Wands, the Four of Wands, and the Six of Wands, some of you could be getting ready to move. Some of you may be feeling trapped in your living situation. Some of you may be coming into, I'm going to be honest, what I'm feeling with this, and this is not everybody's story, so take what resonates if this is for you. This could have been that maybe somebody moved in with a roommate or with a partner or something like that, thinking that it was going to be the best situation for them, and now they're kind of feeling stuck or trapped because they're not the person that they're supposed to be living with or that they were going to be moving with. It could have been for financial reasons. They decided to roommate with that person, and it's calling this could also be maybe you're single and you moved in with, or maybe you're in a relationship, but y'all live in two different households, and Spirit was helping you to move. Like maybe y'all two were to move in together, but somebody's having like some fears or excuses or something from letting that happen, so they're not moving in. This could also be that I do feel like there's spiritual protection in the home environment for a lot. I feel this for a lot of you. I'm going to be very honest. For those of you that story doesn't resonate of the home, what I'm getting here is having patience with the way that things are flowing. Maybe you want to move to another location, your guides are helping you find a place to move, but it might not be the right time to move, so there may be some delays when it comes down to that. This could also just be that I would suggest some of you moving your furniture around, okay? I know a whole bunch of y'all are here. With the Six of Wands, I really do see, this could also be, I'm going to be very honest, y'all. This could have been a love affair that's going on in some of y'all's household, which is why, like, it could be that somebody's being dishonorable or somebody is very fearful of that. So some of y'all could be, like, Two of Cups in reverse with the Three of Swords. There could have been a dishonorable situation that occurred, because the Six of Wands could also no, that's not that. All right, I'm gonna just give that somebody's message then, because that came up, because that's not what that means. It could have been that there was somebody was being dishonorable and had to move out of, there could have been a separation, like a disloyalty of some sort, somebody breaking up, and somebody, the other partner having maybe some anxieties or fears, wondering if they're going to be able to make it on their own because of this separation, because of this breakup, because, finances in the home was maybe more dependent on your partner or something like that. But I feel like there's going to be a lot of spiritual protection and success. Like, you're going to actually be successful to hold it down. So trusting yourself in the process of releasing that individual. So for whoever story that is, my condolences. We also do have console here as an overall energy. So it could have been that somebody was playing themselves, and that was revealed onto you how they were playing themselves, and you were able to see that. For others of you that story doesn't resonate with, it could be that, yeah, you want to move to maybe a bigger house or something like that, or your family is going to expand. Maybe you are expecting a baby, you're getting married, right? This is with the Ten of Cups in the bottom of the deck here, right? So I see success in marriage here, like a coming together, a union of some sort that spirit had brought together, all right, to bring an uplifting environment to the home. But there may be some anxiety or certain challenges. Maybe it could be as simple as two people decide to move in together and they really like each other. Things are going well, but maybe one person likes the toilet lid down and the other person always leaves the toilet lid up, and it's a pet peeve. Like the pet peeves, the annoyances, right? So there can be an increase of annoyances a little bit if you live with somebody in the household, right? Or even if you live alone but you have pets. I know with me, sometimes I be having a G-check, the fur babies. I'm like, yeah, like, y'all be chilling here living for free and shit, and y'all doing the fucking most right now. Like, y'all finna calm down, right? So it could be as simple as that. But I do see with the Six of Wands is victory, is overcoming obstacles, is overcoming challenges here. It's having pride, especially with the Four of Wands. It's like that's foundation. All right, that's union. That's the four pillars standing strong, standing firm on the square. So there could be, but with the Eight of Swords, the Eight of Swords could be overthought. It could be fears. It could be a fear of like, oh my God, am I going to lose my house? Maybe some of y'all had like lost your career or something, and you're like, do I have to sell my house? And is my house gonna go on foreclosure? Things like that. These can be conversations in your head and stuff like that. And so maybe or it could also be that you're being pushed to move somewhere else, and yeah, you go and you're putting your house for sale, and maybe you have some fears about that, or the worries, because maybe it's, I'm going to say don't sell yourself short. That's what I'm going to say. Don't sell yourself short. Yeah, it's not, actually, that fur baby that you just put, don't give me no fucking problems. She's the bomb fucking, they all the bomb diggities. Let me just say that. They are all the bomb diggities. But the wolf, she be chilling. She does not give me no problems. I'm like, thank you. I'm so grateful for all of them. The other ones, sometimes they be wanting to act the fuck up. And they listen to me though, so I'm so grateful too. People say that you can't train them. Yes, you could. They speak a whole language. They understand what the fuck I'm saying. So, the Lover's card. I think this is the Lover. Yeah. No, this was, so yes, that was the Lovers. Okay. We have the Lover's card for the lovers. So, the Lover's card can signify needing to make a decision for some of you, okay? The Lover's card could also signify lovers coming together, all right? True love coming in, really loving yourself. Are you ready for love? Are you in love with yourself? Have you come to a space to where what it is that you seek in a partner, what it is that you want to experience in love, that you're giving it to yourself. I know when it comes down with like me, like I'm like, listen, I'm a big responsibility, but what I have to offer, or what I would like somebody to even extend out to me, I can also provide that. And the places where I can't provide, I know that I can provide things too that they possibly can't provide, right? And so when you're in that space of like, I'm just gonna magnetically attract, I'm not forcing shit. I'm not chasing shit. I'm really gonna allow. Hi, John Michael. Welcome. I'm really gonna allow love to be the lesson, love be the teacher, love be the magnet. This is lovers coming together. So yeah, if we're talking about lovers here, I really want to know, was this the lovers? That was the lovers, because I put lovers under the home here. Do y'all remember what else I said I was doing? It was finances, the home, lovers, Mercury's Cazimi, the overall energy, Saturn, Jupiter. I'm really drawing a blank. I'm going to just read these energies, how it's coming through. I don't remember what area, what area. Let me show y'all the lovers. Let me stick with the lovers. I'm going to stick with the lovers and I'm going to get there. What's interesting though with that energy, I feel like it's very I might not be getting the specific area for it, because it might be applicable to more than just one area. Was it spiritual? Was it the spiritual? I think it was spiritual. That's probably why. All right, I'm not sure, but so we have the Lovers card here. Yeah, some of y'all are gonna be coming into a marriage. I really want y'all to see this though here. What I see with this Lovers card is life and death of your divinity. You're crowning yourself. You're being crowned by Spirit. Spirit is loving on you. Your body is loving on you. Your soul is loving on you. There is a crowning here of your divine union within. And so this is going to magnetically attract the lover that is truly in alignment with the anointing of your soul's purpose. This is true partnership. The angels are in support of this here. This is when it comes to love, that can make sense why even like the nuisance or the pet peeves was coming in from the home. Your lover being almost like your complete opposite also, but y'all finding solace and balance in your union, and learning how to navigate, knowing, for some of you it is a learning, some of you are going to be learning, some of you have already learned that and like come to a space of that, and so this can definitely be opposites attracting each other. I want to get some clarity on that really quick. Let me get more information here on the lovers here, please. All right, so we have here the Page of Wands and the Queen of Coins. The Page of the Page of Wands is definitely information coming in. This is also super sensual energy, super sexual energy. This could be a telepathic energy, like telepathy amongst the heart space. Telepathy amongst lovers, telepathy between lovers. That could also be a lot of lust energy. It's not the Knight of Wands though, so it's not exactly like that player, but it is, there's some immature, it could be a fresh look of love. This could be a new lover coming in. Some of y'all could be single. Hey, love bug, you saying love bug at the time that we talk about the lovers. Somebody coming into some new love. This could be an elevation of experiencing a new love within your foundation. Maybe you're already married and your love is going to a new level. It's elevating to a new space. All right. But that new space is very fragile and it's immature. It's going to require y'all to learn each other, to build each other, to experience each other again, right? So like I mentioned earlier that this could be like, opposites attracting to learn each other, or you learning from your partner, or like maybe you move in with somebody and you're learning now like who they was before they moved in. When you move in with somebody, you really learn who they are. You know what I'm saying? Because now you guys are really seeing each other. You know what I'm saying? So this is like a learning energy of your partner. This could also be maybe some of y'all came out from a relationship and maybe people are going to be pursuing you because you're maybe more attractive than you were before. So a lot of suitors coming in. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to, get in a relationship with all these suitors. It could just be that you have suitors for my singles here. And for those of you who are looking for love, this can be that a message is trying to come through to you from a lover. All right. And it's also the Queen of Pentacles here, right? So a very attractive motherly energy. I know I am an embodiment of the divine love frequency of mother, right? And so this energy embodies mother energy, whether you are male or female. This energy here is very fortunate, very prosperous, and very stable. This energy here with the Queen of Pentacles is an energy that brings longevity. She's patient. She's nurturing. All right. And so if you are a man and you are wanting, so you're looking for your partner and you're heterosexual, it's a woman, right? She's very nurturing. She's close by. You might actually have some form of communication with her, or you might be called to be pushed to shoot your shot, right? And so that might be what this message is here for that. This could also be that somebody offering, or I also mentioned pregnancy earlier about expanding the house. So some of you might be getting some news in regards to I feel like this is positive news here. What's on the bottom of the deck here? The Sun card. All right, Leo energy. And then double confirmation, right? Yes. All right, so there could be here, the Sun card is also the child, is also happiness. So like I said, I felt like that's good news coming in. So lovers, whether you're married, whether you're in a relationship, whether you're single, there's going to be information, good news coming in when it comes down to your union, especially if you have released yourself from those toxic relationships that wasn't serving you. If you are in a relationship and y'all have not healed from your exes, you have not healed from those traumas, it's going to take some time for your relationship to go and step into this new next level. And so you're going to be forced to be strong, to create a new world, a new timeline. It's really, this energy is acting as a timeline shift, is the way that I'm looking at it. You really have the opportunity to shift into this higher timeline and bring your love to a new level. All right. Bring your love to a new level where it is protected by the Divine Mother. It is prosperous, it is abundance, it's fruitful, and it can bring you that longevity that you, a true, not just companionship, but partnership. Providing for each other, nurturing each other, consoling each other, right? If you are same sex, right, it could be that your partner, maybe they didn't look like how you thought they were going to look, but they are equally yoked to you, and they provide that nurturance to you. Maybe you're more aggressive and they're more gentle, or again, I'm talking to anybody, whether it's same sex, opposite sex, single, married, whatever. There is a coming together of opposites that is bringing your love to the next level. But not only of opposites, whether it could be just opposite sex. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I have a lot in common. I really feel like with the Queen of Pentacles here, what is also saying with this next level is that even if y'all have two different careers or y'all do two different things, there's one goal in this relationship, all right, that y'all are working through, that keeps the crowns functioning, that keeps the stability, that keeps the union fertile, that keeps it prosperous, that's bringing in this new foundation for this family to come together. Whether it's just you and your partner and maybe some pets, or just you and your partner feeling like a family with each other, or extending your family, or if y'all have children already. If y'all don't want to have more children and you coming around here, I'm going to tell you right now, baby spirits love coming around me, and they love when I talk about pregnancy and stuff like that, and they be willing to utilize the people who are utilizing themselves as divine sacred portals to get pregnant. So I'm going to just put that out there for y'all so that y'all could be mindful, of how this energy moves, right? But yeah, I really like how this is going through here. So new levels of love, all right? And then I guess the overall energy that I couldn't recall what the fuck I was pulling this energy out from. We're just gonna say this is like the spiritual overall energy here, because y'all here. What the fuck? Mine as well, right? And if you do remember what the fuck the original catalyst category this was in, just apply it there, right? Apply it where it fucking applies. If it don't fucking apply for you, if it does and you feel like you don't resonate with it, may the truth reveal itself onto you so that you may be aware and awakened to the energies around you and how they're navigating to you, for you. So that way, you receive the lessons that you need to receive, and you gain from that the wisdom that you need for your soul's evolution, right? Or purpose, whatever you want to fucking call it, right? If it's not your story, because this is a general collective message, it's not your fucking story. It's that simple. All right. So we have the Death card in reverse. All right, y'all. It's a resurrection. It's a resurrection. Is what I'm seeing. I feel like some of y'all are waking up to yourselves. All right. Do you see your soul smiling at you? I think I see it. I see it. All right. We have the Nine of Cups in reverse here. Okay. All right. So the Nine of Cups in reverse here. We have Sweet Happiness in reverse. I told you this deck has 4 additional cards that's not of the major or minor arcanas. So all these cards except for one, and Hope was up. So Sweet Happiness was in reverse. The Nine of Cups in reverse, Death in reverse, and then Hope upright. Oh, don't I know this story so well? Y'all be trying to snitch on people. No, I'm just playing. what you resist will persist, right? When it's hard for you to let go of certain attachments or addictions, right? With the Nine of Cups in reverse here, there may have been some ancestral karmas or ancestral guidance that is being, if it's ancestral karmas, it could be like some ancestral addictions or personifications or characteristics that or even discomforts, diseases that had been passed down that you allowed yourself to receive, that you haven't quite transmuted or rebuked or removed from your path, but you have been receiving the guidance to do so. And so there could be some sort of resistance in that space. So there's a little bit of that energy of, you know, the abundance flow. This is good for you regardless. Even when the Nine of Cups in reverse is happening, it's still very abundant and fruitful. This is like the minor arcana to the Empress card, right? And so Venus is wanting to pour love into you in this space so that your abundance flows. But it could also be for some of you that there's a codependency rather than like really tapping into your independency. And not to say that, oh, I don't need my man, I don't need my woman, I don't need a partner, I don't need other people. That's not what it's saying, but it's talking about the dependency part. Like there's a difference from allowing yourself to receive from others and still being independent versus just really being codependent on other people for everything. And if nobody shows up for you, you're not able to show up for yourself, right? And so in this energy, some of you might be looking for love but not be able to even provide for yourself. And Spirit is like giving you the opportunity to really reflect on that and reflect on your emotions to kind of bring more love into yourself. Maybe it's self-care, or like, you know, maybe you just haven't brushed your hair for too long, or some me talking about brushing hair, right? Listen, but anyway, it could be just like the tedious details of tending to yourself, caring for yourself, that is coming up. There could be a dissatisfaction with yourself or insecurities, or it could just be that the self-care is like, I don't have to keep feeding the addictions of my ancestry. I can really like shift the way that I'm doing things. So there's like an internal conversation going on with your emotions here, and that's why sweet happiness is in reverse here, because some of you might be really sad. Maybe you don't feel safe with yourself. Maybe you haven't quite come to a space of trusting your healing journey. I'm gonna put these cards up, right, because I like positive, I like good results, and I like shifting the narrative and bringing the energy to yeah, all right, you know, Spirit said I'm gonna listen because I like doing that. I like shifting narratives. But whoever's listening, whoever this story is, accepting the truth for what it is. This could be a person who tries to front or speak like positive, but is really sad in the inside, or doesn't trust. Yeah, I want to say like with healing, like how can I'm trying to find the right words, y'all. Like, for some of you, this is like your inner child, right? So like there's a dissatisfaction or a fear due to childhood traumas. There could be some Chiron stuff going on here. It could be directly your Saturn's placement. So I will look at where Saturn is placed on your chart for sure. I mean, I will look at both Saturn and Jupiter, to be real. But this could have been like abuse that happened. This could be somebody who's really trying to find themselves again. Maybe there's some anxiety or depression energy. Spirit is saying don't give up. So this is like a woe is me mentality. And so this could also just be what's happening in the collective here. And the way to bring that up is by really just nurturing yourself, pouring love into yourself, going deeper with yourself. Maybe look at some of your childhood photos where you were smiling, where you were laughing. I'm gonna be honest. There's a childhood photo that I have that I was in the hospital. And for those of you who know my story, know I was very sick. I was fighting through spiritual warfare since I was born. And I, had transitioned and came back and all these things. And I look at that little girl and I see so much strength in her. And I said, baby, oh my God, you fought for your life. That photo keeps me going. That photo gives me hope. Spirit wants you to hold on to hope. Be hopeful. Hope for the best. Don't give up on yourself. God don't give you nothing you can't handle. We said that earlier, right? Death in reverse. I said it was a resurrection, right? The old you has to die and shed for you to appreciate and experience this newfound love with yourself and with the people around you and all your relationships. There's a death to old perceptions. There's a death to your old body. There's a death to your old timeline, but it's a transformation. It's not even a real full death, but it's okay to grieve. It's okay to feel like, damn, did I make a mistake? Learn from your mistakes. It's okay to feel like, damn, am I trapped in this home? Am I gonna be able to move out of here? There could be a lot of intense emotions that you're going through at this time. And I feel like I'm talking to a lot of people. I don't feel like I'm talking to one person right now. If you're feeling like you need to move somewhere, or your living situation is a trap, or you feel like giving up, you feel like you have a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of fears coming up, some doubts, this is just the pre-shadow energy of the Saturn-Jupiter square. And this is so that you can really go within and tap into you. Really go within and love on yourself on another level than you have ever experienced love before. Take a cold shower. If you're feeling funky, if you're feeling lethargic, you're feeling funky, you have an attitude, you're feeling irritable, take a cold shower. That's going to shock your system and reset. It'll bring mental clarity. It's going to help your immune system build up, but also cool down the temperaments of those spirits that's like malignant, right? It'll shock it off you want it as cold as possible. All right. Maybe, do something. Maybe some of y'all gonna fucking end up cutting your hair or some shit, But this is like a true butterfly effect, jumping into another paradigm shift that you're probably seeing the paradigm shift in everyone around you and feeling like, when is it my turn? And that's why it's about tapping into hope. It's about, people say, oh, well, hope don't get you nowhere. It's about knowing, not believing. Sometimes it's a little bit of both. Yes, know all things. But you gotta believe that your soul knows all things. You gotta hope that your soul knows all things, to fully trust yourself, to know that you're making the right decision. And that's part of hope. Discernment is a mixture of hope and knowing. When it's healthy discernment and making that decision. You gotta hope that that shit's turning out for your highest and greatest good, because you did the calculations in your head and you know what you know, so you're working with what you know. Holding on to hope that I hope my prayers are heard. Listen, I know my prayers are heard every fucking day. Every fucking day. But it started from hope. It started from hope. I was so depressed. There'd be times that I'd be like, oh, God, source. I'd be like, yo, what the fuck, my higher self. I'd be calling on my primordial self. And I'm like, yo, I hope you know what the fuck you doing. Because I'm like, I'm a surrender. I surrender. Today was surrender. But surrendering to myself and not giving up. There's a thing, right? I'm surrendering to Source's will. But I'm not giving up on me. I'm just hoping that everything turns out right. And I also know that it's going to turn out right, because I'm surrendering to the Most High, who knows all things. So let that hope be a battery, a charge to your knowing. All right? If your knowing is not something that's serving your highest and greatest good, we'll start hoping for the best. Yeah, it's a charge. It's a frequency. Happy, sexy Saturday. Abundant blessings, sister. Ooh, that's a very heavy energy. I also feel like it's some sort, like somebody hoping that they made the right decision with their spirit guides, with their higher selves, when it came down to maybe even like, it could have had to do with a decision with a child. It could have had to do with a decision with a relationship or something like that, or a separation of some sort. And, you know, Spirit is saying there's going to be a resurrection with death in reverse. You see here the crying here and like the getting up, like the mourning. Like, it's okay to grieve. It's okay to let go. With the death in reverse here, there was a resistance of the letting go, or it was a very, very, very hard decision that you didn't want to let go. But there's a resurrection that's going to occur in a different light. It's not even going to be the same entity or the same being, so to speak. For some of you, this could be that maybe you know, there's a loved one that is getting ready to transition or something, and there was some form of denial, some form of, and you come into a space of accepting that this is the inevitable that's happening. For some of you, this is, you know, hoping that you can speak to someone who has recently transitioned, but not realizing that there's a resurrection that's happening within you on a cellular DNA level, that your ancestors or your spirit guides want you to be hopeful for, so that it could evolve to its greatest good. Or it could also be that someone transitions and there's a recycling. I don't like to say it in that way, but in some cases that is what it is. It is what it is. You know, a reincarnation of that energy, and somebody gets pregnant and they're bringing that energy back into the family. So take the story where it resonates for you here. We do have in the bottom of the decks here, we have the Sun card and the Ten of Cups. So this tells me here that, you know, this new beginning is a new ending, and it is gonna bring enlightenment. It is gonna bring joy. It is gonna bring strength. It is gonna bring power. It's gonna bring you back to your soul, and it's gonna bring you that innocence again, right? With the Sun card here and Leo's energy, and I really love that. Like, I love Leo energy. I really do. Like, I know a lot of people can't stand Leos, but I'm like, ooh, Leo, go ahead, do it. So I'm gonna just do a final overall wrap it up card. What is the final message? What is the closing message? There we go. We have contracts, so contracts. We have the Three of Pentacles here. Ain't we building up the ladder? Ain't we moving on up? Ain't we collaborating? Ain't we allowing ourselves to say, you know what, my Kundalini is rising in the alignments of my highest good? Ain't Jacob's ladder bringing me to that victory? Ain't I going up to the sun with my soul? Ain't I overcoming this obstacle and moving over this wall? Ain't I coming out of the labels that they have put in the box, and I'm bringing myself to think outside of the box? Ain't I being rebellious? Ain't I being disciplined? Ain't I being authentic to myself? Ain't I loving myself? Ain't I being supported by the universe? Ain't there a foundation in the invisible space where I can still stand on, where there's invisible forces working in my favor that's guiding me with a ladder to overcome that which is physical? Ain't I in the space where it doesn't matter? This is also Mars and Capricorn energy, that where that Mars T-square that happened with Saturn, ain't I overcoming that shit and things working out in my favor? Ain't I got the power, the energy, and the force to move forward? Ain't I in the space to know when it's time to stay still and when it's time to move up? Ain't I knowing that I just have to take it one step at a time to get to where I gotta get to? Ain't I allowing myself to be in the presence of those that want to build with me and work with me? Aren't we passing the pieces together? Aren't we? It's not only we got out the box, but we creating a new castle. A new foundation. I love this energy. I never even looked at this card in this way, but this deck, I found this deck. This is a very shamanic deck. This deck gives me fucking activations. I could never read this deck the same way. I found the deck without the book, and some of the cards, I don't know what their major or minor, are. It's so different. Fucking love this deck though. If y'all know this deck, y'all, YouTube peoples or IG people, Facebook people, let me know what's the name of this deck. I love this deck. It says copyright. I should just look. It tells me the name. If I only had a brain. All right, we're working together though. You see how y'all spirits was like, if you could just look. All right, I'm looking. I see. All right. It don't tell me the name of the deck, but it tells me the author who is copywritten by. So I'm going to look that up. But yes, this is also changes in the bank system. Just putting that out there. This could be collaborations that help produce that finances. This could be a bartering system. This could be just exchanging resources, right? Building together with others to make the resources flow and whatnot. This is also, if for those of you who like to trade, watch out a lot. I would say do more observation and the patterns that's going on in the charts, because there's a lot of systems going down. You can make money going down just like you can make money going up. So just knowing how to be ahead of the curve and put yourself in the position to where it's down, when it goes up, and you're able to receive that exchange. But also know that if you're going to participate in that matrix, in that game, that you put yourself to participate in the energetic exchange that's in alignment with your soul's alignment. So that's up to you if you have integrity or not, and what you want to put your money into and what you're feeding and how you're going to navigate that. Because yeah, it's true, if you own most of the shares, you can help shift the company. But let's just face it, a lot of y'all who's going into it don't own most of the shares to shift those companies. So know what you're feeding and entertaining. Because a lot of the times y'all just be trying to think about money and not realizing what's feeding the energies. And so I'm gonna leave that. Where's that? I need to look at some charts myself. There is a change, a shift in finances, and we know that, and we can see that, and it's not to be dumbfounded or ignorant to what is happening in the world, but be aware of what is happening. And again, the financial literacy stuff came out earlier, and I'll be honest, like I had to constantly, there's so much to learn. You could go into Investopedia.com, you can go on Google, like there's so many. We spoke about the gurus and shit, so be mindful of that, but there's so much information that is put out there, and there are going to be changes in the law system, all right, in the legal system. Let me say that. So for those of you that's into that, paying attention to that, and apply where you can apply, or just study and learn where you need to study and learn without rushing yourself, but pacing yourself, taking it one step at a time. All right, y'all. That is y'all's collective message. I'm going to end this live. I'm going to come back for those of you who want to chit chat with me. I am going to walk my fur baby first though, and we can vibe out if y'all want to vibe out with me. But until next time, I release you into your true sovereignty, into your true divinity, into your source light energy that brings you clarity and awareness of your soul's path journey and wisdom. I bring you into the space that is in alignment with your highest and greatest good. I release you into that space. I cut all cords and remove that energy, your energy, so it's not attached to me, but that we can love each other authentically and our own individuality, right? I love you. I thank you. I love how, like, those of you who follow me, y'all really do show me so much love, and y'all don't just be trying to like latch out to me like vampiros and shit. And so I'm so grateful. But if you are a vampire, I throw some garlic at you, right? So you could just go and get those vibes and do what you need to do with that. Vete, bañate, pa fuera, get the fuck out. You are no longer invited into my space. But no, I'm serious, y'all. I'll let y'all go with love. I be talking a lot of shit, and y'all just be here for it. And we're going to flush the toilet now. And I'll see y'all.